Hello and welcome to a vlog about vengeance. Oh my, this will be an interesting topic to cover. I did not plan very carefully what I'm going to say, so you'll excuse me if I ramble on a bit. Um, I am personally someone who is very unaffected by negative emotions or even positive emotions in general, just emotions in general. However, I am able to express my feelings rather well. So when I'm speaking about emotions, those are something that are kind of a nebulous concept for me since uh, I consider myself to act more rationally, and I rarely get very affected by my emotions. Rarely, but I do get sometimes. So when I'm speaking about vengeance, I'm speaking it on more of a philosophical and a practical level, since even though I am less affected by emotions, I still can, well, channel their energies, should I say, in a more bit of a stupid way. So it's kind of hard to express vengeance in a positive light. It's a very loaded word, and I'm certain all of us consider that vengeance is, well, frowned upon, at the very least, by the major society. And I, for one, am not actually up on that side. I believe in the power of emotions. If you have emotions, you are very easily able, if you might be able to channel those emotions into more power, or rather more energy. In a way, like, if you're angry, you get, okay, sadness is one emotion that you cannot, but however, I feel like you can channel anger and hatred, as well as vengeance in general, in a positive manner, so that you drive yourself forward with vengeance. Even though that seems a little amoral and it's kind of a hard thing to accept, that's also a thing that I believe people are very able to do, and I'm certain that many people do drive themselves forward with the idea that they will get vengeance upon someone who has, well, wronged them. However, on my case, that is very different. For your information, I was bullied. I still might be. I don't know. I was bullied during my school time, just about all of my school time, for or the majority of my time in schools, for 9 years, I should say, and that has left permanent emotional scars. However, the person who was the main bully, I do not carry any hatred towards him. I do not think that I forgive him, it's just that I don't really care that much. I can see why people would have thought that I was angry at him, and how I wanted to one-up him by showing that my academical prowess was far leagues beyond his. And it was, but that's besides the point. And in that way, it would have been possible if I had been less distant, should I say. Um, it would have been possible for me to channel my anger towards him and my vengeance towards him in a positive manner, to drive myself forward during my school time, to perhaps advance my academical career in the early days further than it actually did. I was a lazy I was lazy during my school days, in a way that I did not study that much. I was very good, but I was very good at academical things, but I am by no means, well, I'm lazy as heck. So I can see how you could use anger as a motivation. I myself loathe myself very much. I don't gloat about that much, but I do loathe myself, and I use that as a driving force. I look into the mirror very often and say to myself that I hate myself, I need to drive myself forward. However, I believe also that even though that is a positive thing for me, I have recently, or at least I have lately, for the past half a year, stopped doing that, since I have realized how damaging it is in the long run to drive yourself forward by pushing yourself down with negative emotions in that manner. In that way, since vengeance doesn't really affect you, and you're not, if you're looking vengeance, you're not really trying to seek vengeance on yourself. I see there is some merit to using vengeance in a positive light. However, I cannot personally give that much of an effort for this, since I have never really been angry at someone for at least a long period. I have been angry, but I have not been vengeful. I have not sought out redemption towards them. I have never sought out to I have never sought out revenge, as a manner of speaking. But however, I do feel like it's a possibility for people to use vengeance in a positive manner. But as with all negative emotions, it's something that you should be very careful when you're trying to channel. As if you're trying to use vengeance as your driving motive, and with all emotions, you should not let the emotion define you, but rather use it should be that you define the emotion and create your own version of that emotion in a way that you are able to harness its power, but able to let it go once you don't need it anymore. Wow, that's a lot easier said than done. I really believe that people are able to do that, but it takes a lot of effort. So in a way, I do see people being able to use vengeance. I'm just gonna repeat that word. I think people can be vengeful. Even though I was brought up in a Christian, as a Christian. I personally am not in any religion currently, but whatever. And there we were taught to let go of hatred, or rather, in the Christian teachings, we are taught to let go of hatred. I think it's not that smart, however, to let go of hatred or vengeance. I feel like it's just not correct and rather unhealthy to forgive someone for his wrongings immediately. If he seeks redemption and truly feels sorry and presents his um, presents his feelings in a manner that you feel is true enough and you believe him enough, I feel like in that case you can easily just let go of your vengeance. For if you do not use it as a driving force, there's no reason to actually hold on to that feeling, since being angry uses up a lot of energy, and seeking vengeance uses a lot more energy than just being angry. So in a way, it's a very much a double-edged sword. I feel like it's a thing that people really need to accept, that they are angry. But once you accept the fact that you're angry, you need to look at it more in an analytical way, that why are you angry and why do you seek vengeance towards the person or the event? What in the event angers you, and should you really be that angry? Can you be angry at someone? I mean, if your parents get murdered or something like that, of course you can be angry. But you should really think about using your anger in a way that, oh god, I casually offhandedly just mentioned murder. I mean, let's say that you are truly seeking someone who murdered your parents, for example. You could use that as a driving force to get you into law school or into police academy or something like that, and drive yourself towards that career. And once you're in the career and your academia is starting to continue in its path, I feel like you should either confront the person who did it, even though that's rarely possible, but in a more realistic way, you should either think about what you would actually do. Would you kill that person? And then you need to consider, would you gain anything from that? And if the answer to not either is no, then there's no reason to actually seek vengeance anymore. But I feel like you should, even though if you come to this conclusion earlier, you could actually keep on to the vengeance to actually get you in those academies, in a way. That's a really strange example, but I hope that demonstrates the point I'm trying to make here. I feel like negative emotions can be used in a positive manner, but they should be something that should be handled in a more careful manner than positive emotions, since they can be a destructive force and they can entirely consume your life if you are just seeking vengeance. It's an interesting topic, and this is I'm not gonna cover it any further here, and I just wanted to give you my quick views on it and such. I personally have never sought vengeance, so I cannot give you my personal experiences about this. I just wanted to give you my thoughts. That being said, what are your thoughts on the subject? What do you feel? Is there any merit to seeking vengeance? And what merits are there? Do you agree with my opinion? And do you feel like you should still, if you are religious, because I know some of you are, definitely, even though statistically you should be religious, but if you are religious, do you really want to, do you still uphold the moral ethics that you've been taught up in the, or the moral standards that your religion teaches? Are those more important to you than the psychological driving forces behind your actions? Do you feel like you should just uphold those higher moral standards? Please, do leave your comments down below. I mean, again, this was a really short vlog, but I hope this satisfies your curiosities. And as per usual with my vlogs, there's the poll down below, and you can vote there for the next week's topic. And if you come up with your own topic, please do post it in the comments. I read every single comment and I reply if I see something to reply to. Yeah, so yeah. Leave your suggestions down below and do go vote for the next week's vlog. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day and stay awesome. See you next video. Have a great day. Gunmoo out.